Welcome home, family. Welcome back to the channel I am, for we are I am. Right, so in today's video it feels fitting to speak on opportunities and making sure that we're prepared for when the opportunities arise. And I'll be honest, I'm speaking from personal experience now, and yeah, it's just been highlighted to me recently, the real importance of making sure we're ready. Because there will be the time we're living in, the time we're living through, of this journey of expansion and growth. There will be opportunities arising now more than ever, especially when the pinnacle of summer, everything's ramping up and the energies are high. And I trust that we've all been following our practices and learning and growing in the ways that's, feeling most appropriate to ourselves. And yeah, I'll share from my personal experience that I had a certain opportunity come up recently, and I've been doing my practices and sort of, in a sense, sort of doing a few different things, if you know what I mean. And it was only when this opportunity arose that I realized how it's great, engaging in multiple activities and hobbies and interests and sort of reasons for being. But at the end of the day, if there's a certain standard that you need to be at within one of them in order for that one to grow to its truest extent, then it's worth taking that time to put in that specific practice. Personally, in my situation, the way that this has arisen is that I love doing these YouTube videos. This is mainly where I'm putting my attention, and then just bringing through information, whether it's poetry or music, whenever, or just talks, like whenever they come through. And because I mainly enjoy this is where my heart lies. This is where the passion, the true drive really is. But ultimately, I do love the music, and as much as there's a part of me that's happy for it to just be a hobby and just something I do in my, spare time. Ultimately, I've now had certain opportunities arise, and it's really been highlighted to me, well, even if that's not the main thing that I wish to pursue, there's still a certain amount of dedication and attention that interest is going to require in order for me to take it as far as it needs to go. Even if it's not the top priority, it's, I love it. I care for it deeply within my heart, being able to share a message through music. And therefore, even though I felt at the time this is worth giving my maximum energy output to, it did make me realise that there's a bit of just the way that this plane operates, that it's not all as simple as different things will present opportunities at different times. And it's about working out, in a sense, like not just where the heart's priority is, but the physical intention, priority lies. Because ultimately, if I would have spent a little bit more time learning and getting down certain lyrics and things, then there would have been opportunities that I would have been able to seize, which, because I put my attention elsewhere, I haven't been able to. One could argue that's excuses. I've been through all of that myself, but there was also a deeper sense of truth that remained within it, and it felt important to me to speak on this, in case there's anyone else out there who's in a similar situation where they're pursuing multiple avenues and it's trying to work out when to spend time on what. When do I finish with this project and when do I move on to the next? Because I've always been a true believer in just feeling it out through the heart. And of course, I do believe there's truth absolutely contained within that. So I'm not gonna scrap that as an idea, but more put me into a state of openness where I've received this, this very relevant piece of information, which is, although, you love doing this and the passion is there, for whatever it's worth, like these videos are a little bit stocked, if you know what I mean. I've got an alright amount, and there's no, you know, external pressure that would indicate that I need to do anything with that under, you know, in terms of time constraints and things like that. I can sort of just flow with it as and when. Whereas because it's in summer, and obviously this is when a majority of events and things like that are on, I just didn't consider it like that. I was always just following my heart, which is always the best way to go. But this is where you know what I mean, if I'd have taken a little moment with myself and had this information come through, it would have still just as much been, you know, a heart-based decision to give attention to those lyrics so I could seize those opportunities, whilst fully knowing that this side of it is, you know, it's on track. So, you know, and it's been a bit of a process of like, no point in beating myself up, no point in judging, because that you know what I mean, that's not helping my expansion and growth. But sitting with self and being honest with myself that, you know what, if I would have put my attention, if I'd have directed my energy elsewhere, I would have been seizing that opportunity right now. So, you know, it's yeah, it's all twists and turns, it's all swings and roundabouts, and you know, we never know what the next opportunity is going to be presenting, and ultimately it's just about sort of remaining as poised as we can, so we are therefore able to seize any opportunity as it arises naturally in the flow. But sometimes this is going to require prioritizing differently, and this is something that I really could struggle with, because if I start focusing on everything that needs to be done, like I just can find it overwhelming. I get a bit stagnant with my feeling over the particular intended direction that I need to be going in that moment. And yeah, so I just wanted to share this in case there was, I trust that if I'm going through it, there'll be somebody out there who is going through a very much similar thing to do with the processing of where and when we prioritize. And as much as going from the heart, you can never go wrong by doing that. So I trust that there was, you know, no mistakes. There was, but in certain moments there may have been where I've chosen to prioritize things over another, which has now resulted in this, you know, this particular dynamic whereby I've had to turn down certain offers because I haven't put as much time and attention into that specific part as is required in order for the opportunity to be met. And it's certainly humbled me. It certainly humbled me, this process, because especially in summer, I just want to fly. I want to, you know what I mean, and smash life as the best I can with the capacity that I hold. And that's, yeah, I found it so humbling to realise, like, wow, like the only reason that I'm not able to meet this opportunity is not to do with nobody else, only to do with myself and the decisions and choices that I've made and taken. And as I say, no wrong decisions have been made, yet still, and I know that, but there's still this feeling within me that goes, there is very much a lesson to be learnt here, and it's worth spending time with self and really sort of tuning into, yeah, I may want to do this on this specific day, however, there's this little thing around the corner which absolutely would serve my highest expansion and growth. So therefore we need to, it's making sure that the foundations are solid within all our practices, I believe, especially any ones that we're wishing to pursue. Even if I feel that the music is going to be a bit more secondary to the videos and just bringing through information and trying to sort of create a bit of a community vibe upon this channel, and hopefully just raising the frequency vibrations in that way, ultimately I would still love to be able to perform. And yeah, I've got a message to share, and I think it always feels great being able to do it to a beat, to create music with that message in mind, sort of thing. But yeah, so ultimately, yeah, if there is anyone going through this, then what I'll say is love yourself, accept all decisions that have been made, trust that even though there may be a part of you feeling like questioning whether a mistake has been made, given the result of how the energy's been spent, just know that it's still all in alignment. It's still all for the choosing. It's all for the taking. You know what I mean? It's there for the taking. And yeah, trust in yourself and just use it. Use it as a lesson. Really try to just don't allow it to lower our vibration, I think, is the key aspect of this. Because when we lower our vibration, we can so easily go into, you know, everything that's wrong and nothing makes sense. And, you know what I mean, it puts us in these states where we then can feel stagnant, repeating these cycles. Whereas if we embrace what is, what has happened and what shall be, then hopefully we can learn from these experiences and present ourselves, enact our energy in different ways in order to meet that criteria further down the line. So we are seizing as many opportunities as we're able to do so, the capacity that we hold in hand, you know? So yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on, you know, going through certain portals and activations, and just feels ever important to remind us that we're enough just as we are. We're enough just as we are. Just as I am, you know? I'm fine just as I am. And, you know, I'm beyond fine. You know, we're magnificent creatures of light, you know? And I truly believe that everything we've been through, everything that we have faced and that we're facing now is for divine reasoning. And we will understand in time, when the time is right and not a moment before, when we are ready to integrate and embody that truth. Yeah, it will occur. It will be. So keep loving yourselves, keep shining bright, and just keep pursuing. If you're feeling like, you know, a regret towards something, you know, feel it in that moment, accept it, hold compassion, release it, allow it to dissolve and integrate the remnants there, the message that is left behind, which may be to, you know, yeah, pursue that thing. Don't be worried and, you know, distorted about what could have been, but rather focus on here and now, what we've learned, and directing our energy with as much heart-based intention as we hold the capacity to do so. Alright, much love, my family. Keep shining, stay true to who you are. Balush, balush, balush. Yeah!